Right, it's taken me absolutely all day to do this transfer window, so we've only actually got about 20 minutes for recording so I can edit, upload, thumbnail, all that sort of stuff. So let's go straight into it. Greetings and salutations, my friends, and welcome to the Vanarama National League, the big time. Couple of things to take you through before we look at the transfers, finances. 713 grand. No, still no money from the board. We've had to expand the stadium by 1,000. I think that's for maybe like rules reasons. I don't think we didn't have the money to do it otherwise. We are now spending £17,000. It's good, it's up. So I've obviously signed a bunch of new players, but all our maybe 5 or 6 best players, I've given them new full-time contracts and stuff. So, and we've made a big sale. Big sale, as you can see. So James Clark, we already knew he was off to Sheffield Wednesday on a free. Owen Reed didn't want to sign with us again, so he's gone. And Kevin Keegan is... I need him to add him to the Legends shortlist. But we also sold Gyamfi. He started kicking up a fuss about wanting a contract. He's on 2.7 grand a week. He started kicking up a fuss about new contract, and I was like, mate, you're on like 500 quid or something. Like, not really. No, you've not been that good. You started off bright, had probably like a spell. He's never been great. And then the offer came in, and I was just like, yeah, go for it. So he's gone to Ghana, which is nice. So, transfers. Got a mix of experience and... Experience? There's some youngsters, a couple of youngsters. But Matt Dolan, on a free transfer, is our first player in. A 33-year-old ball winning. We're not going to be using him as a centre-back. He's 5'9". His jumping reach and some of his physicals just aren't really enough to battle. But he's going to be a ball-winning midfielder. Can play as a sort of deep line or central midfielder as well as an option, because we use both those roles. But very experienced. 2.2 grand a week. That's the most we can offer. But you know what? We're spending the money. That's the budget. It's this new rule. We're just going to spend the budget they give me. Next up, we have Evan Chandran, who is just basically a young ball-winning midfielder, can play centre-back, but he's 5'8", so even less of a centre-back. Aggressive ball-winning midfielder, just a sort of bit of a punt on a free, really. He's not on high wages, good bit of squad depth. Then our big signing, our only signing, Bruno Davidson from Arbroath for 9 grand. Is our new right winger. He's got a decent left foot as well, so can fit in on the left-hand side if need be. It's an improvement on Gyamfi. I like him. He's only 22. Good. Next up. So, I did try and sign Wolf. He rejected. He's still loan listed, and despite getting promoted, he's rejected us 3 times. So we got Luke Reese on loan from West Brom. Actually, it's probably better, to be fair, but he's not as close as my heart. Although I'm starting to dislike Wolf. Just for his, come on, play loan. You're playing like under 23 football. Come play on loan. But a really sort of solid all rounder, 6 foot tall as well. He's okayish in the air. Heading's a bit wayward, 50 pence head, but like the rest of it's good. Finishing we can work on, but he's got no real big weaknesses. A lot of the strikers I was finding was like a deadly finisher, but he can't run or pass or see. So this is a really good all-rounder, and we've got McGonigal as the backup, or if he doesn't start well. Next up, we've got Lesten Hughes from loan from Accrington. He's our new right wing fullback. Can also play centre-back, but can't head a ball. Seems to be a theme. And then we've got a bit of experience. I needed a backup goalkeeper. And then Will Jaskalainen was on loan, and I'm like, why not? I've had him a few times over the years in Football Manager. He's only on 250 quid a week. It's a perfect loan move. Like, he's good enough that if Bridgeburg struggles, then he can actually, get some game time. And then we got Josh Sims, former Premier League footballer. I checked. It counts. He played, 18 games. 18 games in the Premier League. So he's been in Scotland playing terribly for Ross County for the last 5 years. So maybe that's why he was available on a free. But he's our new left winger along with Paddy. We've also got somebody you might remember. Brad Alt F4 is back in the building. We got one of them, which was nice. Very happy to get him back in. He was delighted to come to us on loan. Did play 2 games in League One last season. Solid average. So overall, I'm pretty happy with our improvements. Denham and Roscoe both got new contracts, and now we've got Brad Alt F4 and a couple of others that play mate, and we've got Mike Smart, a nice young centre back. So Paddy's there on the left. Colonel Musters are back up on the right. David Hurley deserves to start this season at least because he was sensational. Did we make any that are on last season? Because they changed the way it works. Yes, here they are. Also, Cammy Logan, who we had loan last season, who was really solid for us. We've got him on a permanent deal, which is nice. Brad Alt F4. We've got Tim Scott on loan from Crew. Talent Workshop. Remember, back in the day, Football Manager, always go check out Crew. Do you remember? He's our new left-back option. Probably first choice. And Alfie Bendel on a free transfer. He is ginger, but we're just going to have to see past that. If you can, it's kind of blinding. But he's going to be our number 10 option along with Hurley. So, yeah, I'm pretty damn pleased. I don't see any major weaknesses in our side. I think we've improved. I'll be interested to see. Let's kick off this first game because I want to see afterwards. We're playing Dorking today. They are. So we are 7th favourites. Because I'm just a legend. Dorking are 500 to 1. Good. Okay, then nothing could go wrong. It's away from home. We're going to play exactly the same way as we did before because it was so good for us. We'll tweak if it goes tits up. But I also want to see this game and then see the wages comparatively. Right. I don't think there's the biggest. Correct me if I'm wrong, non-league fans. I've not watched non-league for years, but regularly. That's what Hurley does. I don't think there's a drastic difference between the Vanarama South and North and the Vanarama National. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's, because it's not like a load of money extra or anything there. 2 of the oldies there. O'Neill, into Roscoe, into Hurley. 3 of the OGs from one season ago. It's not OGs, they've been there 20 years. No. Right. Let's go. Let's go, boys. I was watching Diary of a CEO, which is like a podcast, and they had the guy, Reese's Pieces, let's go, magic. 2-0, 7 minutes in. Walk in the league. I've done my magic. I was watching the Diary of, and he's the guy, I think his name's Ben, and he created Gymshark like 9 years ago. Now it's like a multi-billion-pound country and stuff, company. Really nice guy, still in his 20s, which is nuts. But and it was fascinating and everything. And I've seen the brand Gymshark. I know of the brand and stuff. And they were talking about it. And he says, look, we want to stick to focusing on gymwear. And he was talking about it being a British company. He says, have you ever considered I'm sure you've been approached to sell the brand to like a Nike or Adidas or something like that. And he goes, no, I want this to be a giant global brand built in Britain. And he sort of says, why? And he goes, and I love it. He just went, because it's cool. And I was like, yeah, I respect that. And then I was like, I love their stuff. But they were purely, at the moment anyway, go on, Sims, purely focusing on gym wear. And I'm like, that's a shame because I'd like to support it, it's cool. It didn't get me up enough to go, I'm actually going to go to the gym. So I don't think I deserve to be wearing any Gymshark. I feel like it would negatively affect their sales, if anything. So yeah, I will support the company I will cheer them on from afar. Right, lovely stuff, boys. This is a confident, professional first game against obviously the worst team in the league. Roscoe! Hurley with an assist. Oh my God, we're actually good. We're actually good. I'm assuming our wages are probably quite high because we were getting up there. Let's rest people, we don't need to. It's Brad. Go Bradders. Good to have him back. But I would say, if I had to guess with zero knowledge where our wages are, I would say 10th. Eighth highest wages in the league, I'm going to go with. This is where we find out we're basically Man City. Right. Go on, Brad. Score a goal. He likes a goal. Look at the XG. It's perfect. Good pass completion. Possession's good. New strikers scored. This is a big season for Mustard. Oh, that's the Premier League experience coming out. I think big season for Colonel Mustard. He needs to sort of try and not cement himself as first choice, but he needs to actually be useful when he comes on. I know it's a big ask. I'm not expecting tons of goals or assists, but just get a few. Bit of end product from Colonel Mustard this season. Shevchenko's just signed a new deal as our head coach. I'd assumed, because I just kind of moved Shevchenko to the head of youth development that he's far too overqualified for, that he'd not want to sign a new contract, but he was happy to carry on the same wage. I think we fooled him into it. Well, I didn't think it'd go that well. Remember, let's not get carried away. I'm not going to do the whole we're going to win the league thing, right? Although we are. But, I'm not going to get carried away because we saw the odds. They are terrible. Right, let's have a quick look at the stats. Okay. Net transfer spend. I think we made money, didn't we? Because we sold that guy. So, yeah, we made money. Okay. 14th. Okay, I take it. Why are Dorkings? Okay, yeah. Found out why Dorking. Okay, they're screwed financially. 83 grand. Okay. Yeah. So we're 685 grand. Okay. So just a bit under half. So although we're 14th, it's actually pretty close. There's no giant teams. Obviously, Southend seem to be quite ahead. But then the rest of them, similar budget. So this could be a very interesting season. Leave in the comments, where do you reckon we're finishing? I'm going playoffs. I hate these one-team automatic promotion. I'm going to say playoffs, so I'm going to say 6th. I will take top half, but I'm saying 6th this season. I think we've made good signings. As you've seen, we've got a nice mix of youth and experience. We've pretty much got 2 decent players in every position. I'd say the left back maybe is a little bit on the weak side. But everything else, and we've got Perry Miles, one of our youth players, who's going to probably get a bit of game time this season. But there we go. Right, quick, finish up. I need to edit this video. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.